Hey everyone, Amanda here. So I'll be taking you through my collage process, minus all the time I spend overthinking things. So I hope you find it helpful and that my dogs don't bark too much. They're being okay right now. So one of the many reasons I love collage is getting started with minimal supplies. This is the journal I made for the season of play out of an old book. I have some cardstock there for a simple background if I need it, my trusty X-Acto knife, a white gel pen, paper trimmer, my new favorite tool, the hole punch, two different kinds of glue, the tape glue and the glue pen, and a brayer. You could get started with even less. And of course, here's the most important part, and another reason to love collage, all the paper treasures. These are just a fraction of the stuff I've hoarded over the years, but are some of my faves. I thought I'd go through each of these and explain a little bit about where I get these books and magazines and what I look for. My absolute favorite place to go is a wonderful place in my city called the Reuse Center, my happy place. It's really important to me to reuse things as much as I can. So this place is basically only for paper and crafting supplies, and you can get a cart full for $5 Canadian. So I love the idea of breathing new life into something that was destined for recycling or the landfill. So it's a win-win. They always seem to have a never-ending supply of National Geographic magazines, so I'm very fortunate to have this place. Every city should have one. I've also found items at garage sales, library sales, thrift stores, and on the Free Cycle group for my city on Facebook. That's where I scored an entire set of encyclopedias from 1969. I'm also really lucky to have great friends who know about my collage obsession and willingly donate magazines and books to me. I used to buy a ton of new fashion magazines. Vogue editorials are my absolute fave, but I don't buy them so much anymore. I tend to use small or even tiny images like this one. I feel like that way you can fit more elements into the composition and the scale tends to be easier to work with. These are great because you could have them interacting with something. I would probably put a bird or a butterfly in there. The themes that always come up in my collages are my connections with nature, inner landscapes, the subconscious. So I tend to choose women with their eyes closed and dreamy facial and body expressions. I also love when I find faces covered in hair or backs to the camera, silhouettes, because I feel like it's easier to put yourself in the scene that way if the woman is faceless. My dog is chewing on a bone right beside me, so I apologize. I think the best way to get started with collage if you're a newbie is to just go through a magazine or book and tear out anything that catches your eye. Don't think about it too much at this stage. You'll get to know over time what you truly gravitate towards and the themes that continually come up for you. So once you have everything torn out, go back through them and separate them into categories. Mine are separated in these lovely chocolate box lids by women, animals, nature, objects, and words. I find it much easier to have everything cut out first, and then you can mix and match. You just never know what might work together. So this is what I've narrowed down to for the collage I'll be making next. Inevitably, there will be more added during the process. So for this piece, for the season of play, I wanted something with an uplifting, free sort of feeling. So I also found a Joni Mitchell quote, "Freedom to me is a luxury of being able to follow the path of the heart, to keep the magic in your life. Freedom is necessary for me in order to create, and if I cannot create, I don't feel alive." That really resonates with me. One of the things I find really helpful while deciding on a composition is to turn your grid on your phone camera and take a picture, and you can go by the rule of the thirds that way. I use animals a lot in my collages because I find them fascinating and because they're rich with symbolism and meaning. Butterflies and birds represent freedom, joy, and lightness. I really recommend Vanessa Oliver Lloyd's Totems class with Get Messy. If you want to take a deep dive into your personal symbols, it's wonderful. So I think I will sign off here and let the music take over. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you want to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram at Mixed Matter Collage. I would love to see what you create. Happy collaging!